Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into The Slight Edge, a really simple but honestly profound idea from Jeff Olson's book. It's all about how the smallest, almost unnoticeable things you do every single day can lead to absolutely life-changing success. So let's jump right in. So, let's kick things off with a huge question, one that I think stumps a lot of us. Why is it that some people just soar and achieve their dreams, while other people who seem just as smart, just as hardworking, stay stuck? Well, it usually boils down to one little missing ingredient.
The book starts with this really fascinating puzzle. On one side, you've got this super friendly, hardworking shoe shine woman. She's amazing with people, but she's been stuck in the exact same job for more than 5 years, just struggling to afford a trip for her daughter. And then, on the other side, you've got the author himself, who started out as what he calls a beach bum, with a D average in college, yet he went on to build multi-million-dollar companies.
I mean, think about it. Both of them had potential. They both had the same 24 hours in a day, right? But one of them had figured out this fundamental secret to getting ahead, a missing ingredient, and that's exactly what we're going to uncover right now.
To really get our heads around this concept, the book uses this incredibly powerful story. It's all about a simple choice with a pretty staggering outcome.
All right, so here's the choice for you. You can have $1 million in cash, right now, today, no strings attached. Or you can have a single penny that doubles in value every single day for 31 days. Now that $1 million is tempting, right? It's the huge instant win. But what about that little penny?
Okay, let's see how this plays out. Halfway through the month, on day 15, the person who took the $1 million is, well, they're still a millionaire. But the person who chose the penny, they've got just over $163. It seriously looks like they made a terrible mistake.
But then, the magic of compounding starts to take over. And it's not even until day 28 that the penny's value finally creeps past the $1 million mark. This just goes to show you how the biggest results often stay invisible for a really, really long time. And on the very last day, day 31, that single penny is now worth over $10 million. Wow. That tiny, seemingly insignificant choice, compounded over time, led to a result 10 times bigger than the instant big win. This, right here, is the slight edge in action.
So, what exactly is this philosophy? The slight edge is really just a way of thinking. It's about understanding that the small, simple choices you make every day, those are the things that compound into massive results. It's not about one big break, it's about all those little disciplines.
And here's the chain reaction. It all starts with your philosophy. You know, what you believe and how you think about things. That philosophy then shapes your attitude. Your attitude, in turn, drives your actions. Your actions produce your results, and your results, repeated over and over again, create your entire lifestyle. So the key takeaway here is that everything, literally everything, starts with your underlying philosophy.
Now, this next idea is going to completely flip conventional wisdom on its head. We're all taught to avoid failure at all costs, right? But a slight edge philosophy sees it differently. It recognizes that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's actually a critical part of the process.
Just think about it. Babe Ruth didn't just hit a ton of home runs. He also led the league in strikeouts. Michael Jordan, maybe the greatest basketball player ever, was famously cut from his high school team. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election before he ever got to the White House. And Thomas Edison, he saw failure as just another step, famously saying he just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. They all failed their way straight to the top.
Okay, this brings us to the core visual of this slight edge philosophy. This image shows perfectly how those tiny, daily decisions put you on one of two very, very different paths in life.
So take a good look at these two curves. Notice how they start out so close together you can barely even see the difference. That tiny little gap, that's your choice today. A simple positive action or a simple little error in judgment. But over time, that gap widens and widens until the paths end up in completely different universes, one of massive success and the other of failure. And it all comes down to that one small daily choice.
And here's the paradox right at the heart of this whole thing. Reading 10 pages of a good book? Super easy to do. Saving a few dollars a day? Easy. Making one extra positive phone call? Totally easy to do. But you know what? They are also incredibly easy not to do. And that's where about 95% of people get stuck.
So that success curve, the one going up, it's built on a philosophy of responsibility and discipline. It's all about being value-driven. Now, it might feel uncomfortable at first, like, dragging yourself to the gym when you're tired, but it leads to comfort later in life. And the failure curve, it's the exact opposite. It's built on blame and neglect. It's comfortable now, skipping the gym, eating the junk food, but it leads to a very, very uncomfortable life down the road.
But look, this isn't just some nice theory. The book is absolutely packed with incredible stories from real people who put these simple disciplines into practice and got some truly extraordinary results.
Take B.J. Baker. He and his wife didn't go on some crazy, extreme crash diet. Nope. They just applied the slight edge philosophy to their health, making small, consistent choices every day, and together they lost over 100 pounds. That's amazing.
Or check out Darren Kidd. He started from a place of total financial despair. We're talking bankrupt and applying for food stamps. By putting these simple principles into place, he made over $1 million. He didn't win the lottery, he just chose the penny, compounded day after day after day.
And Richard Green's story just perfectly captures the whole mindset shift. He lost 35 pounds, not by obsessing over the big, giant goal, but by focusing on the little things he could actually control every single day. That's the slight edge in its purest form.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Success isn't some magical quantum leap. It's built brick by brick through simple daily disciplines that compound over time into something incredible.
Which leaves us with one final question for you. Think about your own goals, your health, your finances, your relationships. What is that one simple discipline, that one tiny action that's easy to do, but also just as easy to skip? What is the one thing you will commit to starting today? Because that single choice could be the penny that changes everything for you.